Hello, this is Angela with Parkrose Permaculture. I'm in my mudroom. You can see I recently redid my mudroom and painted it with actually paint I found in the basement, which was great. And my family, after I redid it, graciously took some scrap lumber and stuff we had in the basement and made me a little nook for my beekeeping stuff, which is great. I love it. But the reason that I'm in here is because I need to grab a knife. So while I'm thinking about it, this is a shelf that we made a couple of weeks ago. It is 2 IKEA toddler bed rails. So it's the side rails from an IKEA toddler bed that we repurposed because my youngest child is 8 and nobody is using this bed. We figured we would put all the wood to another use. So it's nice because this is a really small room and I didn't want a big shelf that stuck out that people would bump into. So it's just perfect for keeping my hand pruners and gloves and things. And then I have some art from my kids. My 15-year-old is really into painting on blocks of wood. And I also keep my kids' whittling supplies and then some knives. So I need to grab a knife real quick because I have a package that I want to open. I want to say, by the way, thank you, Jeremy. This is my friend Jeremy gave me this knife and I use it all the time. It sharpened up really nicely and a little linseed oil on the handle, and it is a great little knife. So let's go out into the garden. So as you go out our back door, we face full north here, and there's my Valkenblau rose. It grows under this pergola we had put in. The pergola is so that when we have volunteers working in the garden, they have a shady place in the summer and a place that's protected from the rain. Also, at the moment, I have my kindling rack here, which is blocking my view of the rain garden, but this will get moved back to its normal home later. And also, all my kids' bikes are back here right now because they bike every day right now. So, so this is, you can see here is a apple guild, and then behind this rack is my rain garden, the summer kitchen we're working on. I have an aronia berry right here. And then I had a package come, so I was taking a break from gardening, and I want to open this package for all of y'all so that you can see it. And there's a reason that I wanted to be sure to make a video. So, actually, Hal, can you hold this real quick? And I'm gonna. Thank you. So I'm out here with my 11-year-old who's about to turn 12 in a few days, Hal. So he's helping me out. So I got this, I ordered it a few days ago, and it is a gimbal. So thanks, buddy. I'll take my camera back. So it's a gimbal. I wanted to say thank you to all of my viewers. I have almost 1,000 new subscribers that I've gotten in the last month or so. And because of y'all being willing to watch my videos, YouTube monetized my channel. And then I'm able to get, a few pennies every time if somebody watches an ad. And so the first payout from that I got, I figured the best use of those funds would be to improve my video quality. So I had gotten some feedback. If I could get a gimbal, it would help a little bit with the steadying of the camera. So I figured the best way to say thank you to you all is to improve the video quality and continue to make more educational videos about gardening and permaculture and beekeeping and duck keeping and chicken keeping. Thank you, Hal. And so I wanted to just express how grateful I am that you all are watching my videos, and I want to continue to improve the quality as I learn more about editing and production, and that way I can share my 20 years experience with permaculture with all of y'all. So thank you for watching my videos and letting me be able to afford getting this gimbal. I also want to just give you a tour real quickly of a few things that are blooming right now. As we've had a lot of cool weather and rain, things are a little, it's unusual, some of the things that are not yet blooming, and yet at the same time we're getting a beautiful flush of a lot of flowers. So I have an Oregon iris right out the back door. I really like this iris. It's incredibly easy to grow. The only thing you need to do is every few years divide the chunk. This is valerian. So this is the white valerian. It starts out a little bit pinkish when it first starts to bloom, and then the blossoms turn full white. I'm a big fan of mixing in medicinal plants in my flower borders that are serve purposes, but also they're just really beautiful in their own right. So this is one of my other blue false indigos. This is a variety that is more of a straight purple. So let's see, come down here. It's just starting to bloom. So I did a video on all my baptisias, or one of my baptisias. I have several. And this one is a more dwarf plant, so it gets less than 2 feet tall. So it's a really good nitrogen fixer to have here at the edge of my rain garden, because it's not as big as the one y'all saw in the front yard. Some other things that are blooming. I put in a Jacob's ladder, which is just such a lovely, light, airy plant. And it's very hardy and it spreads nicely, and it just has these really pretty pink blossoms, and I love how bright the pollen is. The contrast is really strong. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus. That really vibrant yellow pollen. I have a lot of nigella around the garden. So again, my camera's struggling a little bit here. There we go. I have a lot of nigella. I let it self-sow wherever it wants, and it is getting ready to flower. The other name for that is love in a mist. This is the only plant in the garden, flowering plant, I did not plant. So nigella was here when we first moved in over 11 years ago. The backyard was just entirely weeds, and I mean weeds like up to your knees. And then there was a dying plum tree, and there was a volunteer filbert, which I will pan really quickly and show you. There was excuse the projects I have going on. There's a volunteer filbert, which now looks like that. It's huge. Amongst the weeds, I noticed the very first summer we were here that there was nigella blooming in there. So I saved the seeds from those. And I love the fact that the mix in my yard, there are ones that are really bright, have that ultraviolet color, and then there are other ones that are white, and then white with kind of like blue stripes. So I have a good mix, and they just go wherever they want. They're a great ornamental plant. All parts of it are real. They have this nice ferny foliage, but they're not delicate. I have a bee's friend here. This is the perennial version, getting ready to flower. Some of my other things like echinacea are not even close yet. Here you can see where my mole friend has been busy. And I usually keep just some extra mulch that I can throw back over when the mole has disturbed some of those areas. So my calendula is another one that I treat like the love in a mist, and I just let it go wherever it wants. I figure it's happy. If it germinates somewhere and is thriving, it's happy there. And so it chooses where it grows. I don't choose for it. And there's a huge assortment of colors if you let it reproduce on its own. Bright orange, there's a salmony colored one, a vibrant yellow. The last plant that I let freely self-sow is borage, and I'm actually going to do a video on it soon because I think that it's sort of an underrated plant. Underrated or maybe maligned plant because it can get a little weedy. So I think I'll actually do a video on it tomorrow. In the meantime, since it stopped raining, all my bees are out and they are real busy. I had my bees swarm several days ago, and I know I've gotten several people asking how they're doing. I can't tell yet because I'm not sure if they were able to requeen, so I won't know for probably 3 weeks, probably another 2 weeks. But the colony itself is just real active. So hopefully they had another queen going in there. But it looks like they left a sufficient number of workers. They've been very, very busy since they swarmed. So I didn't lose the whole colony. So hopefully that swarm that took off found a new safe home with another beekeeper. I'm sad I didn't catch them myself, but the colony that I have left, it looks like it's doing well. And here again, I love to show my roses. So this is my Jude the Obscure rose. I know I've showed it before, but it's just such a great rose. Has a light scent, not super fragrant. And I think it pairs really well with my clematis. that's a little bit about what's going on. So again, I mostly wanted to take a break from chores to say thank you, because that package came, and starting tomorrow I will be using a gimbal and hopefully have a steadier hand in my videos, and hopefully that will be something that benefits all of y'all and helps the videos be a little bit more enjoyable. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.